Hello everyone, this is the DandyMan, and this is not Stellaris. As most of you, or hopefully anyone watching this, I'm new to YouTube, and my channel is now about a week old. So, I decided to stop doing something with Stellaris, because not a lot of people seem to like that for some reason. I love it. I don't like the race I'm playing. Like, I made a better one, and I think I'm just going to switch over to that race in it. But my channel's a week old, so now we're going to be trying something else. And I was browsing through my friend's library because we have Steam shared Steam libraries, and I came across a game called Game Dev Tycoon, which looks really interesting and it got my interest because I'm an engineering student, uh, and I'm now a junior in it, and I really enjoy it. But when I first went to college, what got me to the college I'm at wasn't engineering, it was video game design. Like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to learn programming, I wanted to be a video game designer because I love video games. However, then I found out that video game design until like later years, or unless you're super, super lucky, you're pretty much just an English degree, uh, an English degree with programming instead. You'll sit in a cubicle all day writing lines of code, or you'll be playing like a 5 second stretch of a video game over and over and over again to find all the bugs in it. Or hell, you won't even be doing that. You will be pressing the spacebar over and over for it to jump and just wait for a bug and then write down how many clicks it was until you got the bug. And I didn't want to do that. I love video games too much. But I did still learn a couple things, as well as like notice general trends in video games. So I figured, hey, my channel's a week old, so we might as well try something else. And so why not this game? It is Game Dev Tycoon, so let's make some games. Alright, so Year 1, Month 1, Week 1. We start out with $70,000. Welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. It is a business simulation. You have been transported back in time to start your very own game development company. Right at the beginning of the PC revolution. Pepsi! In the next 35 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. Alright, let's go Disney. Except video games. Before you start your adventure, you have given up your upcoming company a name. Well, I'm a man, so we're going to be a man. I kind of have long hair. I'm not Asian, so not that. A little more personality. Nah, I'm not really brown, I'm more black, but I do have a red beard, so let's go with that. And what's fancy? Because I am the dandy man. And I don't have a suit, so I guess we'll just go sweater vest. We'll be that. And I am the dandy man. And what's our company name gonna be? You know what? I've always loved dragons. So we are going to be Dragons Den Gaming. Dragon's Den Gaming, where all kind of treasures can be found. Run by the DandyMan. Since you've played the game before, you can choose to use all your previous game hints in this new game. Would you like to import? No, because I played for like 10 minutes. I had one recording session before this. However, then my friend had to get on, so I had to stop. And so we're just rebooting it. So, no, we're not. So, first thing I think you want to do is you want to make a game. And you start out with 4 random game topics. So let's see, cyberpunk. Transport? Transport. And it'll be a simulation. And it'll be for the PC. Because I love PC. And if we got transport, there's only one thing I can think of. The Oregon Trail. But we can't call it. The Oregon Migration. So we're not copyrighted. It's gonna be text based, because that's pretty much all it was. Then you just traveled. There's not really much of an engine. The Oregon Trail. You need good gameplay. Like a little bit of story. Not much. Alright, so design, technology, research, and bugs. You kind of need AI for a text-based game. And dialogues. Dialogue was very important. And I don't think dialogue is just speaking. I think that's text too. So, you need good dialogue for that. And those 4 you start out with are always random, because I think, anyway. Because like I said, I only played once, and last time it was like one of them was Dungeon and Alien, so I don't remember what the other 2 were. Kind of need, graphics not so much. You need sound, and you need some good world design. But not so much on the graphics, because it's text-based, it's little. So, anyway, like I said, oh yeah, and when you start, you might want to wait a little bit, because there'll be little things like that that'll pop up. And you use research to get more ideas and like make a better engine and all that stuff. So new combo, new topic. Yeah, because like all the combos later on. Alright, so we're doing okay. But yeah, I originally went to college for game design. And I think I actually still have the book for it. And I might pull out later on for another session of this game. But it was really interesting. And I remember this big project we had to do. Ooh. 6, not bad. 7. 7. 6. And transport and simulation is a great combination. Sweet. So that'll be like a 6.5 overall. That's not bad for literally our first game ever. And DragonDens Gaming, a newcomer in the game industry just for this first game, Oregon Migration. The game reviews received favorable reviews. With such good start, DragonDens Gaming are sure to gain fans quickly. So then you want to generate a game report on it. So that'll, like, I think, tell you good. What I know is it gives you, first off, research, which you want. We're 92 on the charts? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. And we have fans? Like, that hasn't happened to me before. Wow, that's cool. The main reason I do these game reports is because it gives me research, and it'll tell me what's a good combination. So I think if I go here to develop new game and I do transport and I do simulation again, it'll say that's a great combo. See, like over here? So you know that you're doing something good, and then if you match all these up, I guess it's very market run, this game, which is kind of like the real game. Like, I think I'm going to do that for a bit until I have enough just money where I can start experimenting. Because once you get big enough to where like a couple $100,000 don't bother you, you can just make games and experiment. And I would love to do that. I want to create an awesome game. I still want to create video games, but I don't want to make it a living, because that's just too ridiculous. Let's see what we can research. Custom game engine, we don't have enough of that, but I want a new topic. Ooh, fantasy. I love fantasy. And you can do so much with fantasy. Like, you can do RPGs, action adventures, simulations, like card games, casual games. Like, fantasy is just one of those broad genres you cannot go wrong with. And we've record of over 10,000 units sold. Sweet, wow. Oh yeah, we went up because we started with 70k. And we now have fantasy. And I think we have enough for one more. Yeah, we have enough for one more. Racing, comedy, life. We could make The Sims. No, not yet. We'll do hunting. Because this is still like, I think, 1950. It's ridiculously old school. So, let's do that. Hunting. So, let's make another game. And our sale is off the market. Sold little over 12,000 units and created 84,000 in cash. Man, I wish I could do that. But hey, like I said, we're gonna do fantasy, and we're gonna do adventure. No, we're gonna do an RPG, and for the PC, because I love PC. And we will call this. Let's call this Dragon's Den. Because we are Dragon's Den. And what better way to name our first? It's going to be a 2D game. And for any RPG, Story Quest is great. And you need good gameplay. And a little bit on the engine. I think that'll do good. You definitely need more story and quest for an RPG of all things. I think you need decent AI. And not so much the dialogue. You need good level design. And the Govador G64 is steadily outselling competitors and PC. Now, I'm not that big of like a systems guy because I have always been a PC person. But I do know that the Commodore 64 did seem like a big thing early on, but PCs have lasted forever. So we're going to stick to PCs because experts say it might spell the end of competing hardware. You freaking wish. But yeah, I love PCs because, hey, haha, we have every game for both major consoles. And we develop your console, so ha 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 ha. And not so much sound. You need more graphics than sound. A little less sound. Yeah, that should do it. But yeah, I just love video games. And I am a PC player. Don't hate for people who like Xbox and all that stuff. They're decent consoles. At least the old ones were. The new ones are just horrible. I don't like the new ones. All they are great graphics, and you need more than that. Like Undertale. Undertale was amazing, but it was like early 2000s, late 90s graphics, and it was all pixelated. That's not pretty. But it's classic, and the gameplay, oh my god. That made me cry. And genuinely freaked me out occasionally. And if you did the murder run, oh man. According to rumors, Japanese company Nintendo, go Nintendo, has its own game console. Nintendo is known for a widely successful arcade game, Dinky King. The home gaming console will take off, and we are eager to see what Nintendo will deliver. And our first reviews for Dragon's Den come out. Quirky, alright, that's not bad. Fantasy and RPG is a good combo, of course. You like it. Thank you, Game Hero. And RPG works well on PC. Good. Well, we're going to generate a game report so we can get more data. But anyway, back to I read before. Like, you don't need good graphics for a game. Witcher 3 has bad graphics, but it's a great game. Undertale has Game Boy level graphics and is a great game. World design is very important for this kind of game, of course. So you just need a good game. Gameplay is what's important. And like, you can't just keep redoing Halo and Call of Duty in Rome or with different skins. You need something that's a good gameplay, not just multiplayer bait. You need something else. And I don't know, PC seems to have more of that simply because we have more options available to us. And and I do like a good Xbox game every now and then, and I kind of annoys me about all these exclusives because I'd like to play some of them because some of them look really fun. Ooh, pirate comedy. Let's do comedy. And I'd like some of these games, but I'm not gonna buy a big expensive console that you can't mod, that you can't change the graphics to the appropriate game, that will always have backwards compatibility. Sorry, Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but that was a stupid move on your part just to force people to buy new games. But so I'm sorry, I'm just a big PC guy. Romance. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we will try. But anyway, yeah, I'm just a PC fan, and I love games. And it annoys me that people think good graphics equals good gameplay, because it doesn't. And let's do hunting. Let's try hunting. No. We're DragonDens, so we're going to do another fantasy game. And this time we're going to try an adventure game for PC. Oh no, need to name it. Search for let's just call it the magical adventure. This is like 60s. There's not really a lot of big names at this point. Still need story quests, still need gameplay. The engine doesn't need that much. But anyway, what was I going on about? Oh yeah, video games in general. And because I can't believe there's one thing I can't believe. They are making an Angry Birds movie and a Warcraft movie. Like, I can't believe that. I really can't. Because I know Blizzard is big and Warcraft has pretty much absorbed the minds of a large generation, but to make a movie out of it, and like a giant Lord of the Rings type movie, yeah, you don't really need, well, kind of need a little more sound. But world design is always key. Like, that's just ridiculous. Though I am gonna say I am looking forward out to it because it's you got to experiment. And if there's anything that's for giant epic movies, it would definitely be Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings. That's what they're trying to imitate, but World of Warcraft because that place was huge, and that's like the gateway drug to all MMOs. It really is. Or it's just like it's either the gateway drug to all other MMOs or it's the crack of MMOs and you're addicted to it for life. I think that's a very good analogy for Warcraft. Though I don't like the new expansion where they're ripping off Kung Fu Panda and they bribe you. Ooh, the Ness or Tess. First review of our new game, Magical Adventures out. They bribe you with a free 90 level character and all that stuff. Alright, well, we're not doing bad for a startup guy out of our garage in the 60s when video games were despised. But hey, when you're starting out, you're allowed a few mistakes. But yeah, I had to get out of Warcraft. I switched over to RuneScape. And I really liked RuneScape. Ooh, contract work. I just finished Magical Adventure and I'm impressed by your talent. I'm in contract business and we could use skills like yours. If you are ever short on cash, just let me know and I will see if I have some work for you. Jason. Thank you, Jason. But yeah, I switched over to RuneScape and that was fun. However, now it's been a while and I've gone back to it. And they've messed that up so much that they had to make a retro version of it that pretty much goes back to the point where I stopped playing. And it's ridiculous. And artificial intelligence is not important for this time. What? AI is like the monsters that you gotta fight. How is that not? Oh well, whatever. Pirate or werewolf? Pirate or werewolf? Pirate. But and it's ridiculous. Like I'm going back to all these games I played when I was younger, and I'm like, wow, I can't remember how good this was. I loved this when I was younger, and it was just so much fun. I love video games. I have been in love with video games ever since I was a little kid. Not surgery. Let's do another werewolf. Let's do werewolf. Let's have both. I've been loving video games ever since I was a little boy. I think I was like 6. I've been in love with video games. I'm just glad I decided not to make it my life because I would have just ruined it. So, Magical Adventure sold 10,000 units and made almost $71,000. Alright, we are definitely in the black. Which is another werewolf. Sweet. And I think that's actually where we're going to cut it this time, guys. How do I pause the game? There we go. I think that's where I'm going to cut it this time, guys. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening to me just ramble about video games. But hey, you were looking up a game called Game Dev. You love video games as much as I do. So, this is the DandyMan signing off. I will see you later, ladies and gentlemen. Ta-ta for now.